welcome back. Ed Talk Season 2, Episode 5. And we still got my man Meech at Meech Home here, co-host, my brother, 10th Ward General. We'll be counting down soon. He got to go lay it down, pay his debt to society. So we're going to do a countdown as well as a one-away party
/ birthday
party.
Yeah.
And I'm honored to say I got my man, the great Marcus Sidoti here, my lawyer of 23 plus years and personal friend of mine, man. He finally got to get on the show. So we're going to get into it, man. This is episode 5. Thank you all for tuning in. Welcome to the show, Mark.
Thanks for having me.
I know
I owed you from last time. I was trying to... Good to see you again, man. Birthday?
Yeah,
On the birthday?
Bruh, it's kind of bad, but it is what it is.
Bad timing.
Yeah, bad timing.
So, 23 years ago, I was on a street called Woodside, somewhere East Cleveland people hang out also because we got a good association with them. And me and Chino from Hot Sauce was together. And the dude, Nene, somebody who asked I kicked like too many times to name, he wanted to like escalate the beef to some gunplay. So on this particular night, we saw each other and I'm telling him like, not today, bro. Like just go ahead. I don't feel like dealing with you today. And he wasn't listening. So allegedly, a gun came out and a bunch of shots was fired off, grazing him and his girlfriend, Ali Harold. So, unbeknownst to me, I get pulled over, I run. When I get caught, they say, well, only reason we even bothered you is because of Nathaniel Wright pressed charges on you for felonious assault and all this other stuff. So I'm like, what? So I knew the situation. So, I'm like, damn, I'm not about to fight a felonious assault with no public defender. So, Vito recommended Marcus Sidoti. So Mark was fresh out of law school, working under Harvey Bruner, the Cliffview guy's lawyer at the time, and driving the company car, a Honda. So I told him the situation. He got involved, and I told him, like, hey, look, I didn't turn my money in when they booked me in. It's in my pants pocket, rolled up, get it out my property. So he went. So he came to visit me, like, hey, man, no money there. I said, oh, fuck, they stole my money. Have them tell you it was there. So in this moment, this when I knew, like, this is my lawyer right here. He said, I'm going to raise some fucking hell. They going to get that goddamn money back. So he went, he raised hell with all the supervisors and everything. It was like, man, they said they investigating it. We'll know, but we'll worry about that later. Right now, we're going to work on getting your bond dropped. Got good friends in the bond commissioner. Get you out, and we go from there. So, a man in his word, had a call from a sergeant or something. Like, hey, we found your money. You need to come on the such floor and pick it up. I was shocked. I said, damn, okay, I wrote it off. So I'm like, damn, this dude Mark real nice. So we talking, and he like, look, man, they're offering some shit I'm not going to even recommend you to take. Let's take it to trial. What are you thinking? I said, fuck it, let's go to trial. I'm not copping out. So he like, this is going to be my first trial. So I said, man, I believe in you, man. So we going to go. I ain't copping out. They talk about 10 and 12 years and all that. Say, hell, goddamn no. So long story short, we about to get ready to go to trial. And my dude, rest in peace, Warren from Superior Hill.
Yeah, rest in peace, Warren. Yeah.
He like, little bro, I just pay the lane. Don't play with your life. Just pay the lane off, then I come to court. And I'm like, man, fuck him. I'm young, I'm stubborn. I'm going to get that bitch-ass nigga nothing. So Warren like, look, man, I'm going to talk to him for you, big dog, and I'm going to see what's up. So he hollered at him. The lane like, yeah, we'll do something for some money. I'm like, I ain't paying him till he don't come. I'll be a man of my word to just give you the money. He like, all right. So I tell Mark, like, we cool, we might not have to go to trial. So Mark like, all right. So we still had to show up. So at the last minute, when they about to dismiss it, because he ain't show up, Mark come out in the holding there like, man, look, we about to set up. He came. I said, ain't this about it, bitch? His bitch ass showed up. So Mark go in the courtroom, and just make a long story short, he questioning it. Nene, he asked him like, man, what's the bad blood between you and my client? So this dummy say, he ain't no more blood. So Mark go like this, look up, look at the jury, turn back, look at me, wink. And he said, listen, what kind of beef or animosity y'all got? So he get this, man. He said, well, listen, it's to my understanding that my client has slept with like 3 or 4 of your baby mothers and girlfriends. So he get to flipping out. So Mark rests his case and crucifies girl who also hit the stand. Long story short, after they explained how they was at 3, 4, 5 different bars and was in front of an elementary school at 3 in the morning with their doors open playing loud music, Mark said, how could we believe such a story like this? You did all that and you was able to see that my client was the one shooting at you, which wasn't no bullets and nothing never found. He rested his case, man, and the jury found me not guilty. That was our first win. Mm-hmm. And from then we was locked in, man. So how did you feel about that?
What were you doing thinking about letting a guy that had practiced law for 9 months try a shooting case? You could have a public defender that had 20 years of experience in their office, but
I ain't taking no public defender. I believed in you, man. It's just you had the bravado, like the rock star vibe, approach. I'm like, man.
I so didn't know what I was doing at the time that I had to have my partner subsequently of 17 years, my boss, my partner, sit down and make sure that I was doing the right stuff with evidentiary rulings. You know, if they object, like what can come in, what can't. I didn't know that stuff because let me think about this. I think it was like 9 months after I got my license.
You was fresh out.
You might have came in as a clerk, but some of that old stuff, I didn't know about the street stuff. I don't know how that works on that. Yeah. That threshold comes in when I'm getting ready to try the case.
Yep.
I don't know all that. I don't know the history with you guys. I remember the radio thing about the shooting. I'm like, the guy's behind you pointing the gun. Here's what I asked. I don't remember. I get the transcripts. What did I ask you? Or what did I ask her? What were you doing when he's pointing the gun at you at one point? She goes, I was changing the radio station. I think she said something like that.
You good. You damn sure
asked
asked
the
her
right
that.
questions. The right questions.
He asked her that, and then he said, well, you said in the report you messed with the radio, but now you saying he was holding a gun, and you saw him. Well, how was he holding it? She like, what you mean? He like, well, was he holding it like this?
Yeah.
Was he holding it like this? So she tried to describe it and everything, and Mark crucified her, man. And, I was grateful because, I'm young. I walked out the courtroom, beating my first case. So while we by the elevator finna leave, Mark looked at me and he said, hey, I want to ask you something. I said, what? He said, did you do it? I said, what you mean? He said, I ain't gonna tell on you. This is client lawyer confidentiality. He said, I just want to know. It's my first trial. I want to know. Did you do it? I said, goddamn right I did.
He had a gun. He had a gun, though. Old boy had a gun in the case.
Yeah, I said, yeah, I done it. So he was like, yeah, man, I feel good, man. I won my first case for something that you did. I did well. I said, you did great, man. Hell yeah.
Was it cold in that motherfucker? Would it be cold in there when you going through trial?
Yeah, it was cold as hell in there,
For some reason, it just be real cold in the courtroom when you going through trial, man. I don't know what that'd be about.
They turn the air down so you go faster.
Yeah.
Hurry up and try your case to get out of here.
Okay, yeah.
Cold and quiet. So moving along, fast forward, 20-some years not later, you went from the company car to all type of foreign cars you got, your office above Jack's Casino in Tower City. Your kids is grown down there because he ain't even had no kids when I met him. His wife just was newly pregnant. And, shout out to Miss Doty because she was a trooper. coming, bringing stuff, and one of our many trials, paperwork and things like that we forgot. Also wanted to thank you because it was times where he's like, look, you got to wear a suit. And I'm like, no, I don't want to wear no suit. And he like, it just give a better look in the juror's mind. And he gave me suits to like wear his own personal suit. Like, you look like you about my size, a little heavier, but he gave me suits to wear and everything, man, you know. So when I say Mark is a real good friend of mine, like, there's been times when I ain't had no support in the courtroom, just me and him.
Right.
My whole life on the line, it's just me and him in the courtroom. So I don't use the word friend loosely with him. And then another time I was in Toledo Correctional at the end of a 5.5-year sentence on the first case we ever lost at trial, which they cheated us to win. I'll talk about that. But they come like, man, you got to visit. Now, I know when my visit's coming because I tell the people to come so don't be surprised. So I'm like, damn. I'm getting a surprise visit in the evening on a weekday. I'm like, well, who is it? They like, we ain't telling you. So no, I'm nervous. I'm like, I'm hoping this ain't no bullshit. What's going on? So all the way there, I'm walking. I'm nervous than a motherfucker. So now I get in there. I sit down because they wouldn't even tell me once I got to the visiting room. I sit down in the lawyer little thing, and in come Mark. I said, man, what the hell? He said, man, I was trying the case in Toledo. I said, fuck it, let me go visit my guy. And we kicked the breeze and talked some shit, man. And I'm like, damn, you really just came to see me just because you was in the area, man. And that was deep, man.
That was deep, man. I appreciate that's a stand-up guy for you right there.
Yeah, you don't get lawyers that care like that, man. They just want your money, do their job.
And get out of here.
Yeah, so to have an attorney that we and grew old together and care so much, man, it touched me, man. I want to thank you for that, man.
Well, you're my guy, man.
Yeah.
And then it's crazy because after all this time, didn't nobody know about Mark till I got to beating these cases. So now fast forward, looking forward, it be so many people talking about, oh, my lawyer Mark, and I hear it and I just be like, they don't even know Mark like that. They just go with the trends and everything. They ain't really fight no cases or nothing like that. It's just crazy, but I'm happy for you, man, just to hear your name so much and sit back and know that you successful. What made you go into the civil?
Oh, I did a couple cases early in like 2005, 2006 in the civil rights realm, and it just took off. I love the work.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
You know, accountability type stuff. I got to tell you a quick one for him. So we beat that case. There's a couple other ones. He's out, right? He's on bond on subsequent case. Because we had two big runs, the trial stuff and then the one when you went down for a minute. But people were wondering like why he's still out because he beats the first case because the streets talk, right? Mm-hmm. I learned that. I was that young. Yeah. So I'm walking across the street on something completely unrelated. You don't have anything going on at the time. My head's down. I'm thinking about some other trial. And I cross, and then like right in the place, Addie's used to be the mom and pop shop, little breakfast joint across the street. I'm walking across the street, tires screech. Dude gets out of the car. Hey, are you Gigi's lawyer? I'm like, I'm getting shot. I don't know who this dude is. I'm about to get shot. I'm like, I'm not going to get it in the leg, the face. Am I getting it in the stomach? Man, give me your card. Like, I swear to God, he stopped right in front of the street coming across. Whatever must have happened. That he was like, give me your card. I remember just like, my mouth open, walking through the alley all the way back to my office.
Hell yeah. And that's good, man, because what you did created a buzz, especially on our side of town, East Cleveland and 10th Ward. Because people knowing the cases I'm catching, so once they seeing like, damn, and then Squirrel and them coming in the courtroom, so they seeing him go to work. So now it's like, damn, Gigi lawyer good as hell. Because, you know, all my cases that we went to trial for was always violent.
Right.
So I never been convicted of violence. You know,
so let me ask you a question. How does it feel after you beat the case? I know it feels good for your clients, but how do you feel?
How do I feel?
Yeah.
I mean, usually you're trying to go to trial in a case you think you can win. You know, like I don't want to advise somebody to go to trial if you can't beat the mark or, you know, or win the case. Sometimes it's not about winning the case. But I know it sounds kind of campy. You want the right thing to happen. Like in that case, because old boy started the fight and there was a beef and he had a piece and that didn't kind of come out and he was kind of hiding about that because they went and said after the fact that there was like, nobody got hurt either. It was just like a shooting because he pulled. But, you want the right thing to happen. And then it happens, this is probably the great example, but not the best one because then you develop a relationship, right? So, he goes down, writing each other, talking on the phone, like he's down doing some time. You don't like that.
Right.
I don't know how much prison helps anybody, honestly. No. It's, everything changed the world if you go down to a year and a half or 2 years. I mean, it's the punishment we have in our criminal justice system, but it feels good to win a case, put somebody back with their family, especially when they belong there,
Yeah.
Because I meet him and then you get to know people's families and you meet their significant other and they got little kids.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I'm at the point now where I'm representing clients back in the day. I'm representing their kids now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give them the speech like, man, you want to be in the streets now. Yeah. Stuff's a lot more violent than it was. There's not any allegiance in the street. The drugs are even worse.
Yeah,
absolutely. That is crazy, man. Fast forward 20 years plus later, you went from representing the parent to the kids now.
Yeah, that's deep.
That's crazy how just fast life moving. His kid's grown. He got his own firm now, with associates and everything above the casino. That's dope. That
congratulations.
Office is so great. Yeah, definitely
Congratulations on that.
So the first trial we ever lost, we got a drug case. I'm coming out of Dean's shop. Remember where Dean was at? Next to Peacock?
Yeah.
So I had took my car to him. I had a 300C then M. So he wanted it right then and there. So I'm all right, cool, because Dean be busy. So I'm walking out in the phone looking for somebody to call for a ride. And I see Marsha, head baby mama from Cliffview. So I'm like, hey, Brady. So she stopped, I hop in. I'm like, give me a ride to EC. She's like, all right, I got to hit some plays. All right, cool. So she get on the freeway. She about to go from hitting her plays to go get her food from Red Lobster. This when it was like out by Chagrin or wherever Pinecrest is now. So a cop car go to get behind her. So I don't know it at the time. That one, she on the run. 2, her plates in her name. And 3, she wasn't letting the cop get all the way behind her. She just kept keeping speed with him. So he ended up getting behind her and pull up blinkers. So she like, I got one, so I ain't stopping. All right, cool, fuck it, go ahead. I'm about to tell you pull over. Go ahead. So as she hitting it, because I'm in my mind like, I ain't did nothing, I'm just passing her. She hit that motherfucker. This is when she had the red truck. So she get to throwing her work out the window and was like, hey, roll your window down, throw yours in, mine's out. And I'm like, man, fuck all that. I'm going to throw my own shit. So she crashed. We get arrested. So when we get in the Mayfield or whatever, police station, I'm calling her name. Because I just had got out on bond for a case. I mean, not on bond. I just had got out for a case he just had beat on a dude, Corey Ross. Mm-hmm. Yup. So another sucker that went to trial. So now I'm fresh out. It's December. He just beat the case in like October. So I'm calling her name to see what's up. She don't answer. My intuition like, something going on. This police station little. How she ain't hearing me calling. So boom, I get to the county, call Mark. He like, man, it's almost Christmas, man. I'm gonna see what I can do because don't nobody really be in the office this close to Christmas. So of course he made some calls to the bond commissioner people, was able to give me a good bond. I bond out. So when we get to going preparing for trials, I'm going to trial. I'm charged too. She ain't taking her weight, so as the dude, the cops automatically thinking you made her do this. You made her do this, yeah. So I tell Mark, like, man, look, she's not my girl. We weren't dating, none of that shit. No, I didn't tell her to do this. She a criminal. Like, look at her record. It's like a guy record. So he look her up. He like, oh, shit. So he was like, man, they can't find her, but I'm more than sure the way this looking, they're going to try to get her to flip on you because they mad at us. It's been a lot of talk in the prosecutor office that me and him was like Shaq and Kobe. kept on beating all these cases, so they was chit-chat. So sure enough, he was right. He like, man, they got a
Guess he's
witness.
Kobe.
Yep. So the witness on the case, Marsha Brady. So they gave her in exchange for her testimony against me, which was false, threw all her cases out. And she had all type of drug cases and shit she was out on. So we go to trial. You know, by this time we had beat like 3 cases, all violence. So this is a drug case. I know we finna beat this. The dash cam, you really don't see no drugs coming out of nothing. And they don't really got no drugs with they phone. So the amount was so little, so how could it be both of ours? If y'all saying it was like confetti coming out both windows. So we get to go on the trial. So they got this dude that looked like Steven Seagal. And it's funny because his name was Prosecutor Stephen E. Gall. So he looked like something straight out of a movie, man. Hair slicked back, real nice suits on, dramatic within his closing arguments and opening arguments. And he pulled a rabbit out of his hat. He brings some white lady in there who say she saw the chase, followed the chase with her baby in the car. Man, it's a high-speed chase. And she wanted to see how it end. So Mark asked her, like, well, what did you see? I mean, you telling us you just did it because you wanted to see how it go? Like, why your kid was in the car, which is strange, but okay. Well, what did you see? Well, I saw what looked like confetti coming out of the passenger window. So he said, so this is a high-speed chase, reportedly going 70 to 80-some miles per hour. You were on your way home from work. You got your young baby in the car, and you followed the chase going that fast? And she said, yeah. It's like no further questions. So I'm like, Mark, why the hell did you?
Blatant lie.
Yeah, but I'm like, why you ain't crush her? Because Mark cross testimony, he's a monster. So I'm like, why the hell you ain't roast her? He's like, man, it don't even make no sense to drill her. She's lying, and 2, we gonna just keep going around the circle beating the dead horse? He was like, you just let her go and get the others. So he killed the cop. He had the cop crying, man. Remember that? It was one of the patrolmen who, matter of fact, he might have been a lieutenant. And the way you cross-examined him and questioned his skill set, because he didn't do so much stuff, didn't find nothing like he was saying. Reports wasn't matching up his testimony. The guy got the crying on the stand. It was crazy. But ultimately, I ended up losing, which I was pissed the fuck off because we ain't never lost. So at this point, I'm thinking we can't lose, especially non-violent case, So I'm like, man, damn. They came back with a verdict, said we was guilty. So Mark like, look, man, sometimes it be like that, man. You can't win them all. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, man, fuck that, man. How the fuck we lose on the drug case? Fuck you mean we can't win them all? He like, gee, you my guy. You think I'm happy about this? You my favorite client. I don't want to see you fucking go down. He like, but now we got to cut our ties because I'm young. I'm out on a bunch of bonds. He like, man, you got all these different cases on this judge docket. You got to plead guilty so he can not slam you for the case you lost, because as a person in the streets, if you go to trial and you lose, they can give you the max. Mm-hmm. So he's like, he can max you out on that, run that wild, and then get all these other cases. So, I was hurt because I had to plea out, and one of the cases was a felony intimidation on a correction officer, Ambler. Remember that? Because I had Dave Patterson, shout out to Dave Patterson, man. He had worked in there, so he had an extension, so I used the call as me and those with Sally's in there when they went down for the case with Ted. So I called up there to see what Nose was doing on deliver a message. This particular day, Ambler answered. So when I caught the voice, I'm like, man, where Dave at? And who was this? Ambler. He like, yeah. I'm like, you bitch ass, this punk motherfucker, and went and pressed charges. And hit me with an intimidation. So I was taking that to trial. We could Mark like this.
Back to trial.
Yeah, we was going to trial. Because Mark like, man, look, the phone not in your name. phone records can't prove that it was you. He's no voice specialist. There's no recording on it because it's an outside extension line. Like, yeah, we'll beat that. You know, and he like the guy's work employee record was fucked up. So it just hurt me to have to plead guilty because it's like, damn, I let him win by default because I wanted to try that motherfucker, man. I was sick, man. And yeah, that was the first and only time we lost. I ended up ultimately pleading out to all my other cases, and the judge gave us a deal, y'all.
Five
and a half. He gave me 3, which was like a year over or damn near the minimum on the F2.
That was an F2 you got caught with on the drug felony possession or trafficking?
I don't know how you remember all this stuff, man.
But
I mean, I remember this. I don't remember like that.
F2.
Oh, was it F2?
was
Oh, yeah.
F2.
Well, you
So
came
just-
out good then.
I think he ate all the
3 on that.
He ate all the weight.
And then, yeah, they gave it to me. They forced it on me. So, and then for all my other cases, like 2.5 ran wild, which was a total of 5.5 years. At which time that's when he came to visit me and shit. We stayed in touch the whole time. Then the other time we had a case on this dude named Corey Ross from Cleveland Heights. So he pressed charges. And he got his cousin, who was his bodyguard, Eugene Gray. So he tells some detectives that I saw him in Club 75. Remember across the street from the county?
Yeah.
So he say, I come to him in the Club 75 and I tell him, I'm about guns and robbery. And that's why I got you. So they picked the case up. They give me aggravated robbery, aggravated assault, aggravated kidnapping, aggravated home invasion, aggravated burglary. They gave me so many aggravateds, man. So
Just because he said that?
he made a report. Supposedly his house was broken into. Supposedly 2 guys came in there with masks on and tried to rob him and whatever. It didn't work. Something happened. And his police report was the guy had a mask on right here. But you can see the cheekbones and the earrings because this let them know it was me, supposedly. So they went for that. They charged me. And, of course, the cop out marked like, man, I got to tell you because it's my job, but I ain't telling you to take it. They offered you 15. I said, listen, man, you go back and tell them motherfuckers it'll be 10 cold days of hell before I cop out to 15 years. They going to have to give me everything they going to give me. So Mark like, man, listen, you my guy, I already know. I just got to tell you. So we set it up for trial. So this how God worked.
I don't remember this case.
You know?
I mean, I remember another trial with you. I'm trying to.
Yeah, so listen, our guy, it was remember I was in front of him so long, Hastings. Patrick Hastings.
God.
So,
Jeff Hastings.
Hey Jeff. So the jury kept on something kept going on. So Mark like, just go to a bench trial. I'm like, no, the judge know the law. You don't want to put it in the jury hand and they find you guilty just because the guy's story might be a good story or something. So I just kept telling him, no, I ain't fucking doing it. So finally, was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. Because he had Venus. Me and Venus real good friends. It was his first secretary at the time, Venus Marcano. So she like, sometimes you got to pay attention to the signs and symbols. You know, stuff keep happening. You got to pay attention. It might not be meant for you to go to a bench trial. So when she said, I'm in a jury. So when she said, I said, damn, you know what? You're right. So ultimately, we go to the bench, which I didn't like, because I'm in my mind like the judge.
They're gonna railroad you.
The judge know everything.
You already think
There's no secrets with the jury. You can act like you free, or because you got street clothes on. So Mark crucified the guy. He like, man, so how you just knew it was my client, and then he had a mask on? He said because he got high cheekbones and he always wear big earrings. So he was like, but I thought you said a chick told you that Gigi did it. So he was like, yeah. So he was like, all right. Well, how do you know he Gigi? He was like, because that's his name. He was like, well, look. And he showed him the paperwork. He's like, you can read that? So he say my first and last name. He's like, so where is it any G's in there? So he was like, it's not none. He said, but he go by Gigi. He's like, yeah. So he was like, okay. He was like, you said a chick told you he did it? So he was like, yeah. He's like, well, how you know him and that chick didn't have any involvement and she was saying it out of anger or whatever? Oh, no, she wouldn't lie. And he said, well, how do you know? So he was stuck. So the judge get to write his shit down after that, right? So he crucified her. He say, man, so let's go move forward. He said, so you was in the club. Allegedly, my client came up to you and he like, man, yeah, I'm about guns and robbery, yeah, and I'm gonna get you again. He's like, yeah, he said that. He said, okay, so at that time that he said that, why didn't you call the police? Because you made a report that somebody broke your house and assaulted you and all this. Why didn't you call the police? I don't know. No further questions. So he crucified him. Then his bodyguard got up there, cousin or whatever. He came from jail as a witness. He said a bunch of bullshit. Mark crucified him, man. The verdict came back so fast, not guilty. And I was in that bitch yelling and dancing. Had the bailiff.
Mark the crucifier.
Yup. Mark, another one bites the dust. I've been there laughing, yelling, celebrating. They keep talking about, sir, be quiet. I'm like, hell no. Hell yeah, Mark. It's like, you gotta be quiet, man. Fuck that.
Was that the only one you were in on? Were you in on bond?
I was in. This how they played it. They had the probation officer give me a dirty urine to hold me. And then at that time, that's when they came with the secret indictment. Like,
Oh, you were charged while
I was
on
in
supervision.
TV, so I had to wait after we beat the trial to go in front of the judge, which he extended the probation, which was great.
So, I had a question, Mark. So, how do you know when it's time to go to trial? Like, do you get a feeling like, oh yeah, I'm about to spank him? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how some people like, okay, say like if somebody like Kobe would be on the basketball court, like, oh, I'm about to hit for 60 tonight. How you know, like, you about to, like, do you get a feeling or something? Like, oh yeah, I'm feeling good, or like when you walk in the courtroom, or like how do it be? Like, I'm about to get busy.
I mean, now every case I take now, I start off with what I would do if I were them.
Okay.
Like, you know, I tell clients this. I'll say, I think if I was the prosecutor, I would lose the case as the defense lawyer. Because what are they going to do, right? What's their strongest suit? Where are their holes? And then it gets to the point where I'm like, I think their mark is bad. I think they have problems with their people. You start vetting that stuff out.
Right.
Now with private investigators.
Okay.
You've been in the game a while. You got people that everybody knows if you're doing a case.
Right.
Like even my clients would be like, oh, I know that dude, or I know this.
Right.
Social media wasn't around back then.
Right. No,
You know,
wasn't none of that.
everybody's
right.
everywhere.
Right.
I mean, I'll take a screenshot or just forward them some sort of a message, like, you know this dude? You know what's going on? You hear anything about this? What are the streets saying?
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you just prepare for it, then you realize you start whittling it down, man. You know, you just keep chopping it down and chopping it down. And you realize if it gets to a point, like if it were a civil case you're trying to settle, like, am I uncomfortable with the offer they're going to make? Right. Is it something you're like, we should probably consider this?
Okay.
You know? Ultimately, it's your decision. You know, ultimately, it goes to the client. I think you got to just vet out every possible option they have. Like, this is your fork in the road.
Okay.
And they usually make a determination, but you know what it always comes down to. Same thing anybody's going to ask their lawyer. Think you can beat it? Are we going to win? Should we try this? Should I buy this house?
Yeah, so like Gigi was saying earlier, you say like you doing civil cases now. So how do you determine civil cases like that's fightable or winnable? Like, because like a situation happened to me recently, but it exalted. I mean, it ended in a case. You see what I'm saying? But my civil rights was violated in the process. You know what I'm saying? Because like it was like I was supposed to go meet him, Mark. I never went and met him. You know what I'm saying? So technically now I'm just a civilian driving. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have a warrant for my arrest, but then they pulled me over and told me, you cut your blinker on too late. Don't worry about it. It ain't nothing. I'm going to give you a warning. I just need you to step out right quick and sign the car, and then started the process. Here, no, you got drugs. We know you got drugs on you, but you never find no drugs. You know what I'm saying? You get to trying to go on my pants and doing all the you know what I'm saying? But you never find nothing. You put the dog in there. You don't find nothing with the dog. Then you take me all the way down to the county, run me through a scanner, don't find nothing in the scanner. Like, ain't that a civil rights violation, or what is that?
Potentially, sure. I mean, potentially it is.
Okay.
And now those cases, I think, are just becoming a lot more prevalent because of technology in the same way, right? Like, everybody's got a body cam. Right. Everybody's got a camera in their hand with phones, right? They have, like, mounted in their cars. You see them all the time on YouTube and this. Everybody's walking around with a video camera. Okay. Those are usually vetted out more in the beginning because they're so hard to pursue, right? Cops have a lot of protections. They have qualified immunity, both state and fed. Mm-hmm. And just like the time it takes to pursue those types of cases. Yeah. You know, and then what are the damages? Right. You know, I was inconvenienced. I went to jail for a few hours. They had probable cause and a search type stuff. You know, you don't know. Right. But those usually get vetted out more on the front end than they do as a criminal case. Like, you're charged with a crime. I didn't start that. You know, it's kicked off. Yeah. Here we go. Okay. Right?
Okay, yeah.
So what you like better, civil or criminal?
I like it all, man. I'm just here to help the people.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's all I got. I thought about doing other stuff, you know, and I have great friends that are incredible lawyers that do great stuff in like trucking and personal injury stuff and medical malpractice, and they're awesome lawyers and they're awesome human beings. It's just not my cup of tea. Right. Okay. I found mine early, thanks to Client Zero. You know what I mean?
So what about, do you have any like prosecutors and judges that hate you because they can't beat you, or because you have success against them?
Or in their courtroom? I hope not.
Please don't answer that. I don't want to mess up. You get in their courtroom, we hate you now. You hate me,
I mean,
You think I hate you?
A lot of them judges gone now.
Well, I'll tell you that the judge, a lot of them are gone.
Okay.
Well, a lot of them gone.
Hey, when I started, there were only 2, maybe 3, I think 2 for sure, judges that were on the bench when I started that are there today.
Yeah, because the whole county had changed around, bro.
Yeah, I ain't been in there.
Sappho,
gone. The Satula's
gone.
Oh, great.
Gall's gone.
Gall, what was the brother's name?
Burnside's gone. Steve Gall's still there. He was a prosecutor in your case. He's great. He was a great prosecutor. He's a great judge.
It was actually nice when I seen him when they called me for the federal case. He was on the bench doing the arraignment, and he said, "Hey," and we on the monitor. I'm in the county seeing. I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, "I remember you," and I'm like, "Man, who is you?"
He's asked about you. He's asked me about you in positive ways. Like, you're long gone. You're in the feds or whatever. But how's he doing? I'm like, I still talk to him. He's okay.
It's crazy, man. Like you. That's why they say it's a thin line between love and hate, because in the beginning, due to the profession or the crime life, you hate him. He's a prosecutor. I'm supposedly a drug dealer.
They trying to send you to jail.
Right.
It's automatic.
But when I saw him again, it was like a weird, like,
I ain't even mad
kumbaya, like,
yeah,
man, how you doing? Fuck, they made you a judge. I called Mark. I said, man, they made that motherfucker
I think he called me when he was down afterwards, because you were down.
Yeah.
At some point.
Made that guy a judge, man. They fucked me up, man. But, so tell us one of your wildest trial stories.
One of my wildest trial stories? Yeah. In the defense game?
Yeah.
I mean, the Isaiah case was a crazy story. I mean, the old man, fourth longest serving exoneree in U.S. history, did what? Almost 46 years?
Damn.
Wow.
And then we retried the criminal case. He gets released in 2019. They make us go back to trial in the case. So I'm literally trying a case that was at trial before I was born.
Right.
And they have prosecutors coming up that now are even judges too, reading some of the transcripts from this old testimony. Mm-hmm. Like, how do you go back in time and say, this person's testimony shouldn't be allowed because now we know it would have been different based on some other reports. And I can't cross-examine them because they've been dead for 20 years. Right. This old man's been in there for 45 and a half years. That was just a cool thing, because then the feds got involved and they were trying to put some pieces together to still try to do the retrial of the criminal case.
And what was the end result?
Oh, he was acquitted.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was acquitted.
Right, 46 is too long, man. I figure, like, damn, man, let that man out of there. Damn.
So do you ever have clients that try to get aggressive with you in your 20 plus years of practice?
God, in the days of you guys, no. Like back in my OGs, no. It was great. I was still spoiled by it, you know, because you'd call on the phone and be like, I'm in trouble, and there was like an alliance. There was not an alliance. Well, yeah, sure, an alliance. Like in allegiance, you know, there was trust.
Yeah.
If I would have, like, just like you, if I would have found out year 6 something happened and you called somebody else, I might have had my feelings might have been hurt.
Yeah, you might feel some type
I
of
would have been like, what? Hey man, I saw you running around with this guy.
Oh, that brings me to this. Mark on vacation with his wife. They travel a lot. And I got caught up. My PO, which was Cheryl Martin, man, a great lady, man. She was an African-American sister. Always wanted to help. So I get locked up because I had got caught with a gun under the hood of my truck. So she tell me, like, man, you got to come see me. And I'm like, I was just going to call you. And she was like, call me for what? I said, to talk to you. She said, to talk about what? Mm-hmm. This other new case you didn't caught? So I'm like, I ain't do nothing. She said, you said that about the other 3-4 cases. She like, look, man, just come see me this Friday. And I called Mark panicking. Oh, she's finna lock me up, man. He say, look, man, probation their own entity. It ain't no judges or nothing above them. They're their own thing. Like, only thing I can do is call her and say, look, I'm representing. I need to know for criminal practices, lawyer purposes, is you gonna lock him up? So she wouldn't tell him. So I called her and she like, I ain't tell you I'm locking you up and I ain't say I'm not gonna lock you up. So I said, well, listen, tell me this. Should I bring commissary money? She say, it would be a good idea. So I'm like, man, I'm bummed out. I'm like, Mark, I'm about to get locked up. I'm sad. It's the summer of 2013. He finna go on the vacation to South Africa. He gonna be gone for some weeks. I'm pissed because I'm like, damn, my guy gone. Who the fuck gonna work some magic for me? I don't want to sit in the county. So I get in there. I'm like, man, fuck this, man. I'm finna just try to call somebody that hire them just to try to talk to the judge to get the hold lifted. So Mark come back. He say, look, man, I got a lot of friends in this business, man. You cheating on me. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you think the guys ain't tell me you been trying to call somebody? I'm like, Mark, look, man, I'm ready to get out of jail, man. And he like, listen, man, you better be glad you my guy, man. I'll be mad, man. Look, I got it all figured out. Man, Mark did some shit so sweet. Can I tell what you did?
I don't remember what I did, so if it's going to get me in trouble, don't tell him.
Yeah, just don't say
I don't
nothing.
think it was nothing bad.
Might be.
I don't know. I can't get a secret.
Let's talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, I don't want to get a secret.
Here, right here.
I
About
don't want to get his secrets up, but Mark got the hold lifted, man. And my PO came to see me, and she said, hey, you think you're slick. I'm in the hole in the county. I'm on the 10th floor. She said, you think you slick? I say, what? She said, I see what you and your lawyer are doing, but guess what? You still on parole. You got to come see me. I said, listen, Ms. Moore, I'm going to tell you something from the bottom of my heart. It'd be 50 cold days in hell before I ever walk back in that building. Mm-hmm. Once they release me, I ain't coming back in there to see you because I trusted you. And I said the only reason I came to see you is because you told me, you know, you told me. She didn't say she wouldn't, but she didn't say she was.
Right.
I said, so I feel like you violated my trust. I ain't walking in that building when I get out. So they fucked up. Because when I went in there, it was only for a PV. So once he got the PV lifted, the sheriffs released me. So boom, they didn't know that the bond got, I think I can say it, I don't think it's nothing bad. You got the bond dropped. You made the judge revoke the bond and then raised it. So I paid more money. So by them revoking the bond and then raising it, that made me unavailable for the APA. And then that's when I end up getting out. Remember, they made a mistake and let me out for free. So now I got a warrant. They want me to I didn't turn myself in. They caught me when they caught me. But
were you on probation and on parole?
I was on parole then. I was on probation. And
I was about to say
parole
like
before.
damn. I thought they don't let you out when you on parole. They just you got to go down to Lorraine and do your time.
No, they
You
was
get
fit to
caught that
send
good.
me, but he had the judge. I ain't gonna say her name. Revoked the bond, and I paid more money to get out. So because the way APA work, if you got a bond, they can't touch you. But if you out on bond, then you're available, because that's what they go off of, availability. So by the bond being revoked, I was unavailable. So she had to lift the hold. So the minute she lifted the hold, they kicked me out. Because they like, all he came in for.
What parole generally likes to do is, like, if you're picked up somewhere else, then you're there, right? Like, if you get a new case and you're on parole,
Right.
you know, you can go and report yourself to the parole board, and then you're going to sit there, and they're going to have the violation hearing, you're going to sit on dead time.
Right.
But if you go and turn yourself in on the underlying offense, parole doesn't care now because you're held.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you're on, I don't remember the circumstances of that. I mean, you could have very well, like, had a bond. They're like, oh, he didn't post a bond, and they didn't put a parole hold on you because you got picked up on the case.
Yeah.
So I don't remember what happened.
So they let me go, and I was happy as hell, man, because they fucked up. And they let me up out of there, and I'm like, man, Marcus genius, man.
Yeah, man. That's another question I make. How does it feel to be that smart and know that much? Got that information? Like, you can't fuck with me. Like, you can't. Just like I'm just thinking like me as who I am. Okay, I'm a criminal. I'm hands down. I'm a criminal. You know what I'm saying? I admit it. That's who I am. As a man, I'm admitted. I'm accountable for this. But if I had your brain and could just switch, and, you know, could take the criminal hat off and put the lawyer hat on and just got all that information piled up, man, I think that's one of the rawest things I ever seen.
You know what's funny
on
about
the
him,
planet.
too? You got to figure, I'm representing him, so I'm trying to think of the timeline, right? So February 04 or 5. 5 was that first case.
5 was their first case.
Yeah, February of 05. So Caroline would have been born in April. But back then, there was no open discovery. Now I get every body cam, all the reports, any of the thing, 911 dispatch and stuff. You could get some of that stuff. But there were you didn't get that stuff back then. They'd be like, tell me about the case. All right, you know, Louis Peaches gets stopped, drugs, dog sniff, drugs in the trunk. What do you want to do with this case? That's how a pretrial went.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
You didn't have all this stuff and get PIs, because now you get everything.
Right.
They get stuff, the reports all come to you, right? You know, man, it's like any other profession. Learn how to navigate around it, develop relationships, figure out how things work.
Yeah.
You know, laws change, try to stay on top of the kind of stuff exactly that you do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy you're older now because it's like so much stress. So these people like,
I'm
I tell like all my clients get older, I'm not getting younger either. I'm like, man, are we out of trouble now? Are we done with this? We out of the streets? We
yeah,
cool?
you definitely said that when I came to your office. Yup. And, it felt good because when I called him when I was in the Fed, well, he wrote me. Because I wrote him for his birthday. And he wrote me and sent the picture to me, a copy of the picture that we took in his office with a shoebox full of money. All singles. He tell me, at the time, you have my wife going
I pay tax on every dollar of that money.
He said, you have my wife looking like a stripper going into the bank.
$730, yeah.
So, yeah.
Or whatever, I don't remember how much it was.
Yeah, it was great, man. And, I was about to ask you something. So how I feel to, like, build your empire off our side of town? Because that's where it started at.
Yeah, it was you, man. It was you and Vito, and then the whole clique came down.
Yeah, like, that's who, you built that empire, man.
You know, I'm thinking about it now. When I had you as a client, when I had you and, you know, a handful of other guys, but you mostly because I was trying those cases. That's how I'm going to work every day. I'm working on that file and like some of my assigned stuff. But I had like 10 files.
Right,
you know, I have 10 files.
Everybody
Now I have
gets
to look over. Now I have to look over 12 employees and 200 files. You know.
God damn. Oh yeah, you do got all them assistants now and everything. So, looking back, what do you regret?
Oh wow. I don't know if I really have any regrets in the business, to be honest with you.
You shouldn't. Successful as you are.
What do I regret? I mean, there's a couple that got away, you know, as much as we're talking about. Some of them like, should you win, shouldn't you win? How's the system work? You're playing against the rules. You know, people would ask the question to a defense lawyer, how do you defend somebody if you know they're guilty? Guilty of what?
Right.
Guilty by what set of rules? What does guilt mean?
Right.
You know, like they have to present evidence in a way like you have to meet a threshold. Doesn't mean you're necessarily, you know, that they're going to make the case. They have to make the case on admissible evidence and things like that. But there's a couple I think that went down that shouldn't. I think that's like kind of a regret if I feel like, it's not going to be more than I could have done. It's just like sometimes you can only control the controllables, right?
Yeah.
Like in your case with the girl flipping, stuff getting washed, everything falls on you with the weight, you know?
Yeah, they cheated
It's how it
us.
happens sometimes, and
They cheated us.
you get the best. You get the best advice. I mean, like I said, when we went to, because like I said, me and you went and fought one, but it was quick. It wasn't like I wasn't going to trial. I was young. I was like, no. You know what I'm saying? Because when we walked in the courtroom, you know, the lady looked back at me. When I seen her roll her eyes like this, I say, oh no, he right. Show him right. He right. Go on, get out of there. Get out of there, champion.
Now, now I don't know what it is, and maybe it's me. Maybe my customer service goes down because you start to get older, and the business weighs on you to some degree. But I don't. It's far and few that I can develop relationships with clients like this now. Yeah. Because I'll be like, hey man, I did all the work. I looked at everything. This is where I think the best avenue is, and sometimes they want to go to trial, which I respect. Right? Sometimes they'll work a deal, but anymore, and maybe I'm just getting older and the clientele is different, but there's like lack of trust. Everybody AIs everything and researches it and think they had it all figured out.
Mm-hmm.
So after making the name that you made, being in the newspapers and winning awards and all that, did that help you develop a certain fondness, not for you, but for judges and people in the business, where it made things a little easier for you? Because starting off, it was hard for you. I remember. Yeah,
because you're nobody. Yeah. You got nothing. You haven't tried cases. People don't know you. What are you doing, right?
I remember you told me like a lot of judges didn't like you in their courtroom because of how you practice. Not like bad, but your approach is so aggressive in a logistic way.
Yeah, you gotta claw it early, man. Early in the game, you're clawing at it. Yeah, the awards and accolades and things help. I think it's more your reputation. You develop, and people that thought those things about me early on realize that you're just a hard worker trying to do the right thing. So they respect you. I mean, there's certain prosecutors I'll try a case against and be like, they're really good. I'm not going to have a leg up because of a skill set. It's going to be even, so it's going to come down to what you hope generally it is. It's just like what the facts of the case are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you stood off against prosecutors that was really good?
Yeah. I mean, I think I've went against like the best. I tell you who I think the best are, and as they go down, or maybe they'll get better, but they're young. But yeah, some of the best ones in their office are still there.
How did you feel with your first win against one of the toughest ones at the time you went against them?
Probably in federal court. I mean, it's the feds. Yeah, winning back-to-back federal cases.
Oh yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, with a conviction.
So it's like a sport, man. It almost like y'all sitting here talking like, saying game 6, it's over with, GG win. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a sport now. I'm starting to think like, like y'all the Kobe and Shaq. So it's like, it almost seems like you look at it like a sport, like you one of the coldest in the game, like you like the Michael Jordan around here.
I think you have to cross the bridge because you have to look at it that way, right? I mean, imagine if I'm sitting there, like, what if I'm at your trial table, like I'm really the kid that's going to be shaking at the foul line when the scores you with a minute left. Like, you don't want that, right?
Yeah, right.
And I, in truth, you jest. I'll make jokes to clients, but I really mean it. I'm like, listen, if I'm at that trial table, I'm already prepared.
Right.
My staff and I, we prepared for the case. So if I'm sitting at that trial table, I'm as comfortable at that table as I am watching ESPN in my sweatpants.
Okay.
I gotta be.
Gotta be, yeah.
I mean, I know it's like it's really life and death.
Yeah, I want you to be confident. Like if I had to go to trial, I would love my lawyer to be confident. Walk in with it like,
that's what drew me
that's
to
what
it.
it is. Yeah.
Listen. Excuse me. I called him. I said, look, I got some more money for you. It's the first case when we first get together. He's like, all right, I'll come to you. Because I was ripping around and busy. So I said, all right, meet me on the 123rd in St. Clair at the gas station. As soon as you get off the freeway, I direct him through Eddie Road right there. So while we right there, I'm giving him the money. I got him in the hood. So a cop ran past and he's looking hard. And I said, hey, man, go get out of here, man, before they think that I'm serving you. White, you're in the hood. He said, listen, man, that motherfucker come over here and bother us. He got the going on. He got the right to I can talk to you. I'm like, Mark, it don't work like that. All they go see is a white face and a black face. First thing they think, drug deal. Man, Mark, what the
that's
fuck
why.
off?
That's why I would have been happy. Like, no, I want him to come over here. Mark, we about to get this civil suit.
The way
Let's
he
get this
like,
money,
man,
Mark.
look,
You the witness.
he wouldn't even let me leave. He like, no, fuck that. I said, yeah, this my lawyer right here.
You know he knew what he was doing.
Lawyer.
Like, you come over here and get to playing crazy, acting like y'all want to get to him and people up.
He had
and,
balls, no homos. That's what I like. Like, he
yeah.
wasn't scared. He was like, man, fuck them. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's my guy right there. So I got a couple questions because we got to wrap it up. I don't think what I was gonna say. So what happened with the Ruel Sadler situation? Why wasn't you able to okay, you speak on that? Representing.
I didn't do much on Ruel's case. That was in our office, but when it ended up finishing out, I might have been at the last hearing, but I wasn't really in the throes of that case.
No, not what got him out, like afterwards, because you know he was going through problems with the with the prosecution or whatever, where he was trying to like further fight it or whatever with it in his co-defendant Cordell Hubbard. I
remember the facts of the case to like some degree, but in regards to like what happened in the tail end of the civil case, I only get involved in those cases when they get closer to trial. I was there for like the last hearing he had, but I don't know about it. I mean, I love him. I think he's great.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
You know, but I hope it all works out for him.
Yeah, cause it's like they'll be free, but they still this would make the system so messed up. Here it is, he was wrongfully convicted. Then, you know, finally, thank God, he get justice. He's free. Now they still going at him, saying that, oh, you did this or oh, you did that, and it's like, God damn, just leave him alone.
The minute those cases come in our door, they take 5 to 7 years, man. They fight them like
they just
get
never
fought.
give up.
They never give up.
Damn, yeah, they always want to. See, you said something before that I'll never forget. You said prosecutors are like vampires. They're bloodthirsty. I never forget
When did I
that,
say
man.
that?
You told me. I don't remember what year it was, but you told me that. I'm like, I hate prosecutors. Because then when in federal prison, I learned civil law. So, you know, I fought and won the case where the COs jumped on me while I was in restraints in 2019 while at AUSP Thompson, which is like Lucasville. It's a SMU. SMU stands for a Special Management Unit, where you're in a room for 23 hours a day and only come out once an hour for rec. And maybe they'll take you to the shower because there were no showers in the cell. And I ended up beating that case, man. Well, winning the summary of judgment because the AUSA, she filed for summary of judgment and the decision wasn't in my favor. But so yeah, just seeing how they even operate, even in civilly, it's like damn, they just never stop. Like I posted something on my podcast page, and they got to sending me 15 million summons and
Everything, all the recordings, everything you do.
Yeah, you violated the trust. You wasn't supposed to post a video. It was gave to you as discovery and all this. The video don't show nothing, but y'all escort me out the cell, then take me to a remote area where the cameras wasn't at, and you see all the police running over there. Once I'm off camera, then you see them put me back in the cell. But it's like, damn. I said something to one guy over the phone that was called from the feds. Hey, yeah, watch my podcast. Next thing you know, I get to getting letters about take this down or we're going to reverse the judgment. We want the money back. I said, Mark said these motherfuckers bloodthirsty.
Yeah,
I'm going to say this and go. So long as you know me right, Mark, all the cases we ever fought, which was always violence, you know, because other than
Allegations of violence.
Yeah, allegedly it was violence, you know, because if it's a drug case, I always ask him go in there, work a deal, man. I'm going to take my time, get out the way. But all the cases we have fought at trial and won, have you ever known me to ever ask you to go rat or do some rat shit?
God, no.
Period, man. I just had this Fed talk. You my attorney, I gotta put that for the record, man. As long as you know me, I'm going to trial or I'm copping out, period, man. I ain't never asked Mark to go in there and go,
Hey,
set
he the
up a
perfect
rat
person
deal.
to ask.
Yeah,
I
this
mean,
is
I
my
get
lawyer. You know, we got to end it like that.
But I don't think I don't think the streets. I think the streets know better, man. I
Yeah,
think
man.
they'll never play with your name like that.
Yeah, man.
I wouldn't be here if your name had any of that shit on there. You know, I wouldn't even be sitting here. I always knew you was a
Likewise.
stand-up guy, man. You always been that. You know what I'm saying? You gonna stand on what you stand on, regardless. So you know, it's always a salute to you.
And always
Hood
had
love
a great lawyer.
Yeah, and a great lawyer.
A ruthless lawyer.
Walking them down.
I thought we were going to talk about some recipes.
Yeah, we were. All right, man. Thank you all for tuning in to episode 5, season 2, Fed Talk 060 on Instagram, Fed Talk 101, the podcast on YouTube, at Meech Home and General Conversation, and also at Law Boss Sidoti, both on Instagram. I thank everybody. Thank you for coming, Mark. You've been a great friend, a great counselor when I like to make bad decisions. I thank your family, your brother Nick, your beautiful wife, your children, who I've been knowing for a long time. Your brother for help when you couldn't come to court. Brett Jordan helped many a times in trial. Your lovely wife who always there bringing documents or something while we was in one of our many trials, man. And thank you for helping all my friends, man, because those dudes trusted me because they knew that I got you and you became our hood, our side of town lawyer, man. So I want to thank you for me and all my friends who've dealt with you, obtained your services, who you have helped out, and worked your magic with, man. Corey, you know, free him. Corey Brown, Cole. Rest in peace to our guys that's not here who you represent, Skrill, you know, and everybody else. You my brother over there.
Yes, sir.
Your reputation preceded itself, man, and we trusted you with our life in your hands, man, and you always deliver, man. Thank you, man.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
You got it, man.
JP, man, let's get at these boys, you hear me? Hey, let's go.